Okay. I don't think I could ever figure out how I wanted to make this was my 2018 video. So, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm planning on working on some job applications tonight, so I don't technically have any time to film. However, I am taking the time to eat, and then I will probably open up some shit and get started on being productive and adulting today. But I have food, so I thought I'd try a little mukbang, and just kind of discuss last year and use this opportunity to kind of reflect on what that year was for me, and to remind myself of how much I got through and have gotten through these last couple years, and how much I learned last year in particular. So that's what we're gonna do. I have a microwavable dish because I just ordered food from the grocery store and I got it delivered to me because I don't get out of the house a lot, if at all. So it's much easier for me to just be able to order food from the grocery store, so I know I have food stocked up. So this is I don't think it's a curry dish, but it is gluten-free, so I'm able to eat it, which is the only reason I would get the food if I was able to eat it. Why did I say it like that? Okay. But it has rice. I don't know how much you can see it well. It has rice and beans and peas and some cheese. So this is what I'm gonna eat as I talk. I don't know how this is gonna work because it's not structured at all, so I'm just gonna talk, and then I guess whatever I like I will edit and keep in. So future editing me, don't you fucking dare edit out everything and be like, well, I don't have a video, because surely I'm going to say something that's okay to put out on the internet. Surely. Okay, let's swing into that. I think that's one thing that was hard last year, was when I moved, I actually felt like I had less opportunities to film videos, even though I did film a lot of sit-down talking videos. Most of them were like monthly reflection vlogs, because the most I was able to do was record bits and pieces of my life. And in order for me to feel kind of productive and to put videos up on the channel, that's what I did. And I don't regret that. I'm just kind of sad that out of all the years I could have done that with, it was 2018, but at the same time, it also shows me how much I went through and how much I overcame, and a lot of those videos didn't even show half of the shit that I went through. So like, that's the other thing too, is it showed a lot of like bits and pieces of positive moments, or bits and pieces of me consuming really awesome music or shows or reading books. I tried to do that book series last year and failed. But that's okay, because I didn't end up reading all that much. Much as I wanted to talk about either. Most of what I ended up consuming was rewatching TV shows and watching anime and listening to The Adventure Zone, and I did read some books, and I read a little bit of manga, and I ended up writing a ton for my novels, mostly towards the end of the year, and music. Lots of music. I exceeded my music consumption number of minutes? Is that what they count by on Spotify? I think it's minutes. I exceeded by like over 3,000 minutes. It was a lot. And I was just like, oh shit. Well, that's cool. Ow. I don't know if you could hear that, but my jaw sometimes gets stuck in place. And I'll like open my mouth wide or try to eat, and my jaw just pops really loudly. It doesn't hurt. Sometimes it feels like my jaw is unhinged or like stuck in a really weird position, and I'm like, I'm really fucked, aren't I? Like, I'm really fucked. Which I guess brings me to my next point, that I went through a lot of health shit last year. And I'm still going through it now. And I still have people, like, tell me, I hope you feel better. And I'm like, this is my daily life. Like, my body just sucks. Having a body sucks. Like, it really does. The very end of November, I had a day where I was in so much physical pain that I actually cried. And that's never happened to me before, like, ever. I was just in so much, like, intense pain that I cried and couldn't stand it and had to lay on my bed. And the whole entire time, I'm like, why don't I just sleep? But sleep to me feels like you're wasting time, and I've never liked feeling like that, so I guess that day I just was like, I'll just at least watch TV shows, because even if I'm not doing anything productive, at least I can be consuming something. Just binged like a whole season of Chicago Fire that day, because I was rewatching Chicago Fire. And then in December, I like didn't get anything productive done because every single day was just shit for my body, and I don't even know how I managed. Like, some days I can't even stand up straight, so if it's my dish day, like, I can't do it. It's just like, oh fuck, this is fine. But I guess another thing is September? No, after, it was like the last weekend of September through most of last month. So last week of September through, I guess maybe the last week of January, the mid of January, I was sleeping at night. Not well. I never sleep well at night. What happens is I'll probably sleep like a couple hours and then I'll wake up and I'll go back to sleep and I'll wake up and I'll go back to sleep. If I can sleep for 3 or 4 solid hours, then I'm okay. And then whatever happens after that, whether I wake up and go back to sleep or whatever, like, we're good. But the problem is when, like, I don't think it was the last couple nights, but over the weekend and on Friday, I woke up, I slept for an hour, woke up, slept for an hour, woke up, slept for an hour, woke up, and like every single, like, on the, not necessarily on the hour, but like kind of along there, I just wake up, and it drove me nuts. I also started getting nosebleeds again, but I think it's just because my body doesn't regulate the cold temperature very well, because it's always cold, and so then I'm like turning on heat and putting on blankets and putting on layers, but then my body's like, no, you're overheated, and I have to like pull off my layers, and at night I can't do that, so that's why I get nosebleeds overnight, which is irritating. But the point is, I would sleep overnight and so I'd be awake during the day, and in some cases I'd be up earlier than my roommates, which was surprising, especially on the weekend. But in the last couple weeks, I've started reverting back to my schedule of getting up later, so like anywhere between 12 and 3, or 2:30, I guess, and staying awake until like anywhere between 3 and 6, which doesn't seem like it would work, but it's been scientifically proven that some people just have nighttime tendencies in their blood way back to our early cave dwelling days, where there would be people who would stay on the night watch and like protect their group of family, friends, villages, however that worked, because I don't think I'm very well versed in cave dwelling days. But the point is, there are people from long ago then, and our bloodline reaches all the way back there. So like, pretty sure I'm in that category of bloodline, because there's like, I literally, like, all stress just drops off of me at night, and I can work really well, but it's just irritating because I feel like I have to like conform to society, and you know, I don't have a job, so that just constantly stresses me out, and having to work with all of that just drives me nuts. So there's just no winning for me, because if I find something that works for me, it just doesn't work for everything else around me, and I can't work or process anything, and I'm just like, this is fine. I had been doing that, sleeping during the day and then waking up at night, since like April or May of last year, and I think it was the summer, I think it was May or June, and I did that all the way up until September. Then I spent a weekish with my parents, and then after that, I started getting up early again. And then we moved in October. Yeah, so that's another thing, is I moved twice, technically last year. Although I moved in the new year. But technically speaking, I moved out of my parents' house in 2017 because we drove, and I moved in my stuff New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, I don't remember. So I mean technically 2017, but like also 2018, so like the last couple days of 2017, first couple days of 2018, I moved. And then the roommates and I moved again in October, and we live here now. And that was a lot. All the roommates were at work except for one of them. And so he and then one of the roommates, their parents came and helped us move. So the four of us, we moved everything from the apartment over to this house where we are now. And I think as much as it's been very stressful to live in the house with the 4 roommates plus the 2 dogs that we now have, or that the roommates now have, but like we have collectively as the house, because you know they're dogs, they love being around people. So as much as I love being here, and I think I was saying as much as it's been stressful, I love being here. It's much better than it was at the apartment. I just haven't gotten out as much, which is disappointing because this area is beautiful. And not on our street, but on the street. Our street like goes like we turn off of that street to get onto our street, but that street that's out on the main road that you can't see, but I can, and it's technically back that way now I think about it. You can see the mountains, which is so cool, and I love it so much. But I only got to see the mountains twice last year, and at some point I'll have to get up there again because I have a pass, so like I can get up there. It's just, you know, I have what I need once I get up there, I guess is what I'm trying to say, but I just have to get up there. So I think I need to eat a couple bites because I need to eat food and get on these job apps. God. What else? What else? I don't really want to talk about not having a job because that's not something I want to concentrate or talk about on this channel, because I want this channel to be more about like productivity and positivity, which I'd love to bring those vlogs back and tried to so much last year. Like, you have no idea how many times I record positive productive vlogs and then completely forget I was recording, or I would go through some really bad fucking days and just not want to record, and so then I was just like, what am I doing? So I don't know, but that's a goal for this year, is to bring back my positive productive vlogs. I had a couple of those in 2017. I don't remember if I unprivated them. I think I kept them private because all of them had a mirror in them, and that makes me hurt deeply. Even though I've hid it pretty well for over a year now, it really fucking hurts knowing she's not here, and probably won't be for a while still. But yeah, I want to keep this more of like a creative, like innovative, like community type of thing, and so I don't want to dwell on the fact that I still don't have a job. But like, the only reason I'm mentioning that is because I did a lot of job hunting last year, and that's something that I need to commend myself for, even if people will see that, you know, I applied to a lot of jobs and I got some interviews, and you know, they may not have worked out, but like, I got a lot of experience from that. And even if sometimes my roommates and other people just look at the fact that I still don't have a job, and they're like, oh, you don't have a job, and like, that's all they choose to see, like, that's their problem. Because I did so much work last year, so much unnecessary work just to get a job, and I still don't have one, and it makes me feel horrible. But at the same time, I've paid rent, you know, I've pulled together money each month, or I've begged for money. Like, I've been at some really low places last year. I got really fucking low in August, so fucking low. There was one weekend where I don't know what I would have done if I hadn't gotten on Twitch randomly found a music stream and listened to that, listened to that for hours. I don't know. Like, there was a lot of bad days last year, and I got through them all. I don't necessarily think that's something to be proud of, but I think that's something that should be acknowledged, because that's pretty fucking important. Why did I put down my food? Why did I put down my food? When I moved in with my roommates, before I'd moved in with them actually, one of my roommates had been like, oh, like, da-da-da, like, you know, if you want me to, give me, like, your login information, and I can go ahead and download Guild Wars onto the computer that you're going to use when you move in. And you can also, like, update your SNS. And I was like, cool. I moved in, and I got on Guild Wars, and one of my roommates and two of my friends had pitched in and bought me both of the expansion packs and all of the Living World like all that was out of the Living World season. They just bought me all that, and I was like, I didn't process it well for this. Like, I don't process birthday gifts. Like, I don't process gifts at all, but I, like, gifts I'm a little better at, but birthday gifts in particular I just don't process well, because I just have a lot of trauma attached to that. But I didn't process that for a couple days, and I still haven't technically processed it, and it's been over a year now, and I'm just like, wow. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because I played so much Guild Wars last year, and playing Guild Wars, like, going through all the story quests with my friend Hoshi, and making new characters to play and to level up with, and being able to do world map completion with my main character, Safari, and just being able to explore the world and do all this fun shit and keep up to date with story and everything. That was all because of them, and that played a huge part in how I got through last year, was being able to play Guild Wars. So I know that none of them watch any of my videos, but, like, I really appreciate it. Thank you. Even if I don't say it, because I can't acknowledge birthday gifts. I'm sorry, like, I just can't do it. But, like, I don't know if you can't see it, but here, see this big motherfucker? All of my roommates, all my current roommates, pitched together and bought it for me so I could have more desk space out here. Because that's another thing, was all of last year I was mainly in my room for the last half of the year. Like, I kind of moved back out somewhat in August and a little bit of September, but last part of September all the way through December, even a couple days into January, I was in my bedroom, and I did not like that. It completely detrimented my health, but at the same time, like, what was I gonna do? Like, when I moved, it didn't seem like there was any space out here, but we made space, obviously there was, and, like, before that, I was just so stressed out by four people if it was me, being stuck in that small room in the apartment. Like, I couldn't, my brain would just shut off. So out here I'm a little better, and I get shit done. I'm not stuck in my room now. I just go back in there to sleep, which is nice. I would like to make my room a little bit more lived in at some point, so I could, like, do more stuff back there, but for now I'm pretty satisfied just chilling out here. I'm going to sleep back there, and it's fine. But yeah, they pitched in to buy me this bigger monitor, so now I have two screens, which is nice because I can watch stuff or pull up other things while I'm playing games, or I can watch a show on this screen right here and then be working on stuff on this screen right here. So that's also nice. So, you know, like, there's just stuff that I can be doing, and that's good for me. So yeah, I guess another accomplishment is with roommates. We haven't killed each other yet, which is nice. My roommates would be ordering food from, like, a restaurant or whatever, and we would have it delivered, and I would literally sit there for 20 minutes just going over my order and deciding, is this exactly what I want? It's just, like, a bad decision for me. Not like, the anxiety just, and it's because for most of my life, if I were to, like, make a decision or whatever, it'd be second guessed and put down and then eventually just, like, discarded. So for me to have made so many decisions last year, and for a lot of them, I mean, there were some that could have gone better, but, you know, I learned from that. But, like, a lot of them went pretty well. And to just have made decisions, even making decisions of like putting on shoes and dealing with the fact that the dogs are gonna bark if I open the front door and going on a walk around the neighborhood. You know, like stuff like that. Just being able to take time for myself and saying, okay, I'm gonna do this, and then doing it instead of just being like, okay, I'm gonna do it, and then I just don't. To be able to actually do things, that was new. And it was nice. And I'm glad it happened, so. I'm glad I was able to do that because Lord knows I needed to do that a long time before now, but you know what? It's okay. We're good. I think I've reflected pretty well in 2018. My roommates should be back soon. Two of my roommates should be back soon from work. I have to call my parents before then just to make it less awkward because my anxiety. I need to finish my food and I got shit to do. So I'm gonna go, but if you decide to watch this video, hello. I hope you enjoyed something from this. And I hope that I'm at least proud of it enough to upload it to YouTube. Because that's the whole point of the goal. But for now, I'm gonna go. So, stay safe. Do what you love. Reflect. But don't over-reflect. And lastly, I got your back. I thought I was gonna get stuck on really negative shit. Instead, I was like, yeah, I mean, I was stupid, but it's fine. See, today I'm feeling pretty good. If I had talked about this yesterday, I would have been like, ugh, I should have just died.